Good evening, thanks for joining us. I'm Siobhan Lopez, and tonight we're finding out just how much money is being raised for ALS research. Actor and comedian Robin Williams' death is sparking a conversation about depression.
President Obama left the airport in a heavily guarded motorcade for his 6-mile trip down to the DCU Center.
School officials tell us this was all done by the book. It's the way this man identified himself to the secretary that allowed him to be let in.
Now, they're fun to watch, but a lot of people wonder, do people actually donate? We wanted to find out.
Police are crediting the work of multiple departments and social media for this puppy's safe return.
Thousands of Democrats from across Massachusetts will be here at the DCU Center tonight for the first night of the Democratic nomination convention.
And now the local business community is hoping to capitalize on their visit. Samuelson says whoever did this pulled out the screen here and made their way into the house through this back window.
The campground declined to comment and wouldn't let us on their property, but police do say they're working closely with them to keep this area safe.
Sweeping the nation and many of our communities. Siobhan.
Oh, Greg, you can't really go on any kind of social media these days without scrolling past at least a dozen of these videos. Now, they're fun to watch, but a lot of people wonder, do people actually donate? We wanted to find out.
It's all over the internet, people dumping buckets of ice-cold water on themselves. The Ice Bucket Challenge aims to raise awareness and money for ALS research. Eric Guglielmello of Paxton took the plunge and called out some of his friends to do the same.
It is a disease that really affects people in their lives, and you can just change them in the drop of a hat.
It can be a bowl, a pot, or a cooler full of the cold stuff. Those who accept donate any amount to an ALS fund. But if you chicken out, you're asked to donate $100. Guglielmello gave $50.
But was it really raising money is what people started talking about, so I felt like donating any money that I could.
Yeah, well, it's a tremendous amount of excitement and gratification to see people spreading the word.
Dr. Terry Flott, Dean of UMass Medical School, says every person who does a video may not donate, but it's getting people talking about ALS in a fun way.
It also spreads the word about ALS and about the opportunity we might have to do something about it through research here.
The school's ALS Cellucci Fund, named for Massachusetts Governor Paul Cellucci, raises money for their research. The medical school is embracing the Ice Bucket movement, accepting a challenge of their own.
The videos that flood your Facebook page are fun to watch, and then you get the notification you've been challenged.
I need my t-shirt too. Also, Siobhan Lopez, who is filming this for Worcester News Tonight, I challenge her.
And before you know it, a second person calling on you to donate. The viral videos are one of many efforts supporting research at UMass.
Cellucci Run and efforts that we have in the UMass ALS Fund have really been trying to keep that momentum going, keep it going toward the eventual treatment or cure.
Okay, so I've been called out twice within the last 24 hours. My boss, Andy, and my little brother, Brian. I accept, but first, I need to challenge some people. Worcester County Sheriff Lou Evangelitis, District 4 City Councilor Sarai Rivera, and Worcester News Tonight's Colleen Bamford and Anna Botari. I challenge you. Let's do this.
Oh, yeah?
All right, well, guess I need to dry off and go make my donation to the ALS Cellucci Fund here in Worcester. Greg, back to you.
I somehow knew that was going to happen, and you didn't challenge me. Thank you, but I'm sure sooner or later somebody's going to do that.
You'll donate. You'll donate.
I will, indeed. And I'm going to do that in winter. How's that?
Good.
Bodies of these 3 men were discovered Monday afternoon when a maintenance man entered the apartment to do some scheduled work. Now, police are investigating, but they don't suspect foul play.
Flowers placed outside of a Worcester apartment. It's a small memorial to the 3 men who were found dead there Monday. Police say the deaths do not appear suspicious.
Well, there was evidence at the scene that indicated that there was some drug use there that was evident.
Police say the men were in their late 40s or early 50s. The 3 bodies were removed from the Washington Heights apartment Monday afternoon. A neighbor says she hadn't seen one of the men since Friday.
Nothing is determined until the exact cause of death is determined through the toxicology labs.
We won't know the exact cause of death until that toxicology report is completed. But police say they've seen an uptick in drug overdoses, with many happening just this past weekend. The city says there have been 380 drug overdoses in Worcester in the last 12 months.
The most recent deaths are another example of what's going on in our community.
Division of Public Health Director Derek Brindisi says Worcester has seen a gradual increase of drug overdoses, specifically heroin and other opiates. He says prescription painkiller overuse and the low street value of heroin are just a few factors that have led to a spike in numbers.
It could definitely be purity levels, but if we look at history, we know that the months of July and August, we tend to have more overdoses in our community than any other months.
In March, Governor Deval Patrick declared a state of emergency and set aside $20 million to combat opioid use. As a result, Worcester DPH gets $100,000 a year for 7 years for education programs in central Massachusetts.
So there's a lot of things we're starting to do in the community, more so than ever before, because we're starting to see this gradual increase of overdoses.
Now, DPH's programs include teaching safe prescribing practices for painkillers and also holding drug take-back days. As for these most recent deaths, police are not identifying these 3 men yet, and they say getting the exact cause of death, that could take months.
Greg, lots of exciting things are going to be going on down at the field tonight, but what would be most exciting is if they pull off a win. They'll end their first season in first place.
The grass is cut and the tarp is taken off the infield as the Worcester Bravehearts look to clinch first place in their final home game of the regular season.
To be where we are at this point this year is absolutely incredible.
Dave Peterson and John Creedon Jr. teamed up less than a year ago to bring baseball back to Worcester. This inaugural season is exceeding their expectations.
I think that the two of us realize that there's always room for improvement, and that's how you have to go into a project like this.
This is the city's team. This is the community's team. We just turn the lights on, drag the field, make sure there's hot food and cold beer.
The food is prepared by Creedon and Company and is catered to the fans.
Some of the unique menu items, there's the Kelly Square fries, there's the Seder sausage.
A main ingredient to their success is involving the community with different themes to draw fans in. They say tonight could be record-breaking.
We could set the all-time attendance record in 1 year for Futures Collegiate Baseball League attendance.
They're averaging about 1,700 tickets sold per game. They're hoping if they have this winning season next season, they'll be getting more fans filling these seats.
We're already talking about how to build for 2015 on the foundation that we built in 2014.
And he's safe!
Just a win away from clinching first place, the Bravehearts have 3 games left in the regular season, then it's playoff time. Peterson and Creedon say they're proud of how far the organization has come in this first season. They credit their partners in the city with helping them take off.
It's been the most fun summer of my life, but it's also the hardest I've ever worked, and I loved every minute of it.
Well, those guys certainly have a lot of fun doing it. Now, they're only 600 fans away from breaking that record. They could certainly do that tonight. Lots of activities. They're raffling off a big lobster. There'll be fireworks after the game, and playoff tickets. Those are available down at the field. Greg.
Go Bravehearts. That's great news. Thank you, Siobhan.
It's new tonight. Crews from across central Massachusetts battle a brush fire in Oxford for much of the day. A fire still burning at this hour. They've stayed quiet in the 22 months since Westboro native and UNH student Lizzie Marriott was killed. But Thursday, her family and friends stood up and faced the man convicted for the crime. For the first time since worker protests began close to a month ago, Governor Deval Patrick speaks out Wednesday about the standoff between Market Basket executives. He's urging associates to get back to work while a deal is worked out. While Central Mass Police Department holds its summer camp for kids, teaching them about law enforcement, all while having a good time. And as our Anna Botari found out, many of the campers return to become leaders. Good time to beat them.
Yeah, good time to get
stuff.
hot and beat that team.
Yeah, keeping it going. Cool. All
Okay.
right, thanks, Kevin. All right, that's our show for this Tuesday night. For Kevin Shea, I'm Siobhan Lopez. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.